Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a review of several different seed starting cells and trays and talking through the different features to help you figure out what setup is right for you. I wanted to do this video today because now and in the next 2 weeks is probably a really good time to buy some seed starting equipment if you need to because of the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals coming up. I have 4 different setups right here, so what I'm going to do is talk through each one individually, and then at the end I will talk through some considerations about the different features so you can try to figure out which one is right for you. Let's get into it. The first kit I want to talk through is called the Super Sprouter, and it's available on Amazon.com. Full disclosure, I am an Amazon affiliate, and so I do earn a small commission on Amazon purchases. Let me walk you through the parts of this Super Sprouter setup. It's sold as a 5-piece kit and costs around $100. So it comes with a heat mat, which will warm your soil temperature to about 10 to 20 degrees above your ambient room temperature. And that is just plugged into a wall outlet with a regular wall outlet cord. Then you've got the humidity dome that goes on top. You can see it fits nicely on there. Mine is 4 years old, so I've lost the pieces that go right here. There's normally a something that you can twist to open the humidity dome and let humidity out, or you can close it and keep the humidity in. And I think that's an important feature when considering the next thing, which is the grow light, which is designed to fit nicely inside the channel on top of the humidity dome. The grow light also uses a regular wall outlet, and there's no timer. So if you want to put it on a timer, you'd have to buy a separate timer. I use it in conjunction with these slotted cups, which I purchased separately. I'll put a link in the description box below. But essentially what I've done is fill these with soil, seeds, and then I water from below using the tray. Now before germination, usually you would have the humidity dome on and you would have these closed to keep the humidity in. You might have your heat mat on if your seeds are in an area that's a little bit too cool for their germination temperature. And then your grow light could still be sitting on top, but it would be in the off position until germination happens. Once germination happens, what you would do is spin these open and let the humidity flow in and out, and you'll have the support for this grow light. Now, I like that the grow light reaches the full length. I have another grow light that I'll talk about later today, but I like that this one actually reaches the full length of a standard 10 by 20 tray. Something that I don't necessarily like is that I can't adjust the height relative to the seedlings. At the very beginning, after germination, I might want the light a little bit lower, and then as the plants grow, I might want the light even higher. Now these cups have slots on the side. This is for air pruning your roots. You're going to see air pruning in several of the options that I talk through today, and one of the big benefits of air pruning your roots is it creates a healthier root system, and it decreases the risk of transplant shock and also can increase the yield of your final vegetable. Let's talk a little bit about the durability of this product. I know I pointed out that my humidity dome is broken, but keep in mind I've had it for 4 years. It's also a little bit of a pain to store a humidity dome this big. I actually just keep it on top of a cabinet in the garage. You look at it, you can kind of twist it, you can hear it. It's not the most sturdy thing, but really it's rare to find a sturdy humidity dome. Maybe what we care more about is the durability of the 10 by 20 tray. So the 10 by 20 is a standard seed starting tray size, and you can see just by me picking it up that it's pretty flexible. It's not the most durable thing. I'm not sure how many years it'll last, but so far it has lasted for a while. So it seems to be durable enough. So none of these are currently on sale on Amazon, but I'll put a link in the description box, and it might be something that you want to keep an eye on with these upcoming sales. The next one I want to talk about is the 10 by 20 tray from Bootstrap Farmer. Let me show you the different pieces, and I'll talk through the features of each. So the bottom is the universal size 10 by 20 tray. I ordered the extra strength one with no holes, and you can see it bends a little bit, but it feels much sturdier than the Super Sprouter does. This is so budget friendly. This is only $7.15, and it's not even on sale. So this is a standard size 10 by 20 tray. which works with a lot of different products on the Bootstrap Farmer website and a lot of different products across different companies. This is the 10 by 20 seed starting tray from Bootstrap Farmer, and this is 72 cells, so you can have 72 cells of the same crop or different crops. You can see here I've actually used it for my cut flowers. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties of flowers that I started. Now, if you look at the 72 cell seed tray, you can see there's no slits in the sides, so you're not going to get air pruning of the roots. That means you're probably going to have some like spiraling of the roots, which is fine. You just might need to be a little bit more careful transplanting those. What I want to point out is the size of the holes on the bottom. I cannot fit my pinky finger through there to pop up these cells, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you. What I've bought alongside it is this popper tool. I will say I almost think they're like too thin because I feel like they're just going to poke a hole through it instead of popping it up. Let's see if I can try to pop one through. All right, it looks like I've got it lined up. Let's see if I can push one. Like, is it just going to poke the soil or is it going to actually pop that pod up? And not looking good. I think it's just poking the soil. So I probably would not, this is my first time using that, so I would not recommend buying the popper tool. And although it's very budget friendly, I'm not sure how I'm going to get those seedlings out. I may have to use like a spatula on the side instead of using that hole on the bottom. The hole, however, does help you with bottom watering. Once your seeds have germinated, they're probably set up like this, right? They're probably set up like this in your 10 by 20 tray, and you're probably going to bottom water. Bottom watering is a nice way to build healthy roots, and it also kind of prevents the seedlings from drying out. But because of the way, on one hand, I like that it seems like it fits really well in here, but to bottom water, you basically have to pull this up a little and then pour your water in that way, which is fine. It's just a little different than one of the ones with the modular cells. It also comes with this heavy duty dome. This dome is like way better. I must say it's way better than the Super Sprouter dome. It's way more heavy duty. This is the frosted cover, and it also spins to keep humidity in when it's closed and let humidity out when it's open. So my finger can fit through. It's not a full seal. And I'm looking at their website now, and I guess that's intentional. They're designed to gently sit on top and not seal the tray. Bootstrap Farmer is also made in the USA. So this is the 10 by 20 extra strength frosted clear humidity dome in a 6-inch height. They also sell a 2.5-inch height. That's good for the shallow 10 by 20 trays that they offer. And I think that's more geared towards growing like microgreens. It may not be the perfect setup, but man, the price is great. The 10 by 20 tray is like $7.15. The 72 cell seed starting cell is $6.50. And the humidity dome is $12.99. So this whole setup is very affordable. It just doesn't come with a grow light. So what I've been using for my flower starts is this grow light from Amazon. And I like that there's 2 arms. It's very flexible. If you take the humidity dome off, you can lower the height of the light quite a bit. You can raise it up as the seedlings grow. And it also has this nice stand, so you don't have to worry about mounting it anywhere. Although if you want it, there's also the option of using this pin. So you can actually unscrew the base and instead choose to use this pin. And if you probably in a different setup, you could stick this directly in the soil and use the grow light that way. This one also comes with there's lots of settings to choose from. So you can choose like 4 hours, 8 hours, or 12 hours. You can also change the brightness of the lights. And there's also a remote control if you have it mounted in some position where you can't easily reach it. So the Bootstrap Farmer one is definitely a budget-friendly option, and it's working really well for my flower starts right now, although I may have a little bit of trouble getting them out. I do not earn any commission on Bootstrap Farmer products unless you purchase it on Amazon. The next one I want to talk about is the Plant and Pop Seed Bundle from Vego Garden. I actually just recently purchased this since they kicked off their Black Friday sales. So this is called the Plant and Pop Bundle, and it comes with 3 pieces. The first one is this 10 by 20 watering tray, which is pretty shallow. The second piece is this stackable seedling tray. This has 76 cells in it, and you can see these spots right here are meant for stacking. So this is actually, you can buy a 2-pack and it comes with these legs, and then you can stack another one right on top, which is pretty cool, although I didn't buy the 2-pack because I just couldn't figure out what I was going to do about the lighting. It seemed like that second one was just going to cast a shadow in my situation with a grow light. But maybe if you have something like a greenhouse, you can get that natural sunlight and your bottom layer would still get sun. The third piece is this Plant and Pop board. They call this a 3-in-1. So you can see it has all of these like pegs basically. So once you fill your tray with soil, what you can do is put this on top and depress it down about 1/4 inch or so, whatever you need for your seedlings. And then you can just let it rest on top of the soil and use it as a dibber, which means you can just drop your seeds directly into this, and then it'll funnel down the hole and drop into your soil. And then the third feature that it does is you can flip it over, and when it comes time to transplant your seedlings, what you do is, similar to the Bootstrap Farmer one that I just showed you, is you put this on top and you should be able to bump it up, and you'll have these cells that pop up that are ready to transplant. Now this one is definitely a bigger hole. My finger fits through it, and these are definitely bigger. I've never used it, but I'm much more confident that this would actually work to pop up the soil cells in comparison to the Bootstrap Farmer one. Now I also want to talk about durability. If you've watched my channel before, you guys know that I love Vego Garden. I'm not an affiliate. I don't meet the minimum thresholds, but as soon as I do meet the minimum threshold, I will try to become an affiliate because I just plain love their products. I think the quality is superior. It's very durable. It's built to last. So this is made out of like heavy duty polypropylene plastic, and I believe they said it's 2 millimeters thick everywhere. So this one, I can't even bend it. So you can imagine when it comes time to store them, you can just stack them on top of each other. It's very neat for storage. And these 10 by 20 trays are actually the same as the 10 by 20 trays used in the next product I'll talk about. I like that the trays are shallow. It makes it a little bit easier to access. Again, it's that standard 10 by 20 size. And when it comes to watering from the bottom, I would just, you don't even have to pick it up really, because you have room for your watering can to fit right in between there. I guess that could depend on the watering can that you use. I just picked it up on the Black Friday sale because I thought it was a pretty good deal, considering I do believe it's probably going to last a lifetime for me. I think the entire bundle is $71. There's no humidity dome, which is fine for me in Florida. I think we're pretty much always humid enough. But let's just take this Bootstrap Farmer one and see if it fits over it, because again, 10 by 20 is a standard seed starting tray size. So you can see actually that it fits. It's not a full seal. I can fit my fingers underneath the dome, but it does work if you're looking for a humidity dome. So remember, the 72 cell Bootstrap Farmer one only had the hole in the bottom for bottom watering and did not have the air pruning strips on the side. This one from Vego Garden is 76 cells, so pretty similar in size, and it does have the air pruning strips. Again, the air pruning strips are going to help with decreasing transplant shock, improving the root health of your plants, and they even claim it increases yield. The next one I want to talk about is the Vego Garden Seed Starting Bundle. This one is different from the others because it has these modular trays and these individual humidity domes. Another great feature of these humidity domes is the watering. I will insert a clip from my full review video of this product that shows how the watering system works. Basically what you're going to do is fill water up in this chamber right here, and there's a small slit, and then the water will slowly drip into the center portion right here, and then the water will flow gently into these channels right here and very gently water your seedlings. This will prevent accidentally washing away your seedlings by watering a little too rough. What I also love about these humidity domes is that I can actually repurpose them in the garden and put them over seeds that I just direct sowed to protect them from birds and other critters. This is the same 10 by 20 tray that's in the Plant and Pot bundle. These are the standard size cells. They have these holes on the bottom to help you pop up. I mean, I can fit even my thumb through it. So this is a pretty good size hole. I even can poke through it when I'm wearing a glove. Right here is air pruning strips, again to help with decreasing transplant shock and improving the root system of your plants. This is the jumbo size. This is what you would use for something like a tomato plant or an eggplant or a pepper. You can see these are much bigger, much taller than the standard ones. And instead of 8, you have 4. The humidity dome fits on this one as well. It's the same humidity dome. And in this case, the water will flow into this center portion, and then again, there's channels to flow into each cell. So there's a few different variations of this seed starting bundle that you can buy. This represents the mixed, which is 4 standard seed starting cells, 4 jumbo sized, and 1 10 by 20 tray with 8 humidity domes. You can also buy a full tray of standard, so it would have 8 standard size cells. Or you can buy a full tray of jumbo, so it would have 8 jumbo size cells. Right now is actually a great time to buy because no matter which bundle you choose, mixed, standard, or jumbo, they're each $39.95 instead of the normal $79.95. And I want to point out some more about the durability of this product. This is made of heavy-duty polypropylene plastic. It's very, very sturdy. Like, it's 2 millimeters thick, and I can't even bend it. I can't squish it. If you've seen other videos of other similarly designed seed starting cells, a lot of them will actually bend to this, which may or may not be important to you. To me, I wanted to be able to stack them, be a little bit more carefree about storage with them, and still be confident that they would last a long time. Now that I've shown you 4 different seed starting setups, let's talk a little bit more about the different types of setups and why you may or may not choose a certain type. For starters, let's talk about the difference between a full tray and some of these modular cells. This is probably like high level, the first thing you're going to want to make a decision about. Something like a 72 cell tray could be really helpful if you have a large garden or a large homestead, but because it's all on one tray and potentially all covered by a grow light of the same distance away from the seedlings, it's much more common to use a setup like this when you're planting a large amount of one seed, like all onion seeds or all lettuce seeds, or at least something that has similar germination times. Something like this could be really great for a smaller scale gardener, like a backyard gardener. So think about if you wanted to plant something like lettuce. If I was planting for my own family of 5, 72 starts of lettuce is probably a lot of lettuce and probably more than we can consume at one time. More likely, I would probably opt to go with something like this to start 8 lettuce plants. And if I wanted to, I could do 16 pretty easily, and I could do different types of lettuce, so maybe like a kale here and a spinach here, and they would each have their own humidity dome, and I would be able to remove the entire tray when just the spinach is ready, or remove the entire tray when just the kale is ready. So I would encourage you to think about what crops you're going to start and maybe how many starts of that crop that you would use, and that should probably help you decide which type of setup you want. Next year, I think I'm probably going to do my onion starts in this one because I want to do maybe 3 different types of onions, and I want each cell to have 1 onion start, and I don't want to necessarily use so much soil for each tiny little onion seed. A couple other features you may want to consider once you choose which type of style you like. One of them would be the air pruning strips. You can decide if it's worth the higher price tag to buy the ones with air pruning strip versus the cheaper ones like the Bootstrap Farmer seed cell that doesn't have air pruning strips. Another obvious factor to think about is the cost. How many are you going to buy and what kind of quality are you looking for? I'm a small scale backyard gardener, so I'm generally okay with spending a little bit more on durable products that I think will last a long time versus somebody who might have quite a few acres of an in-ground garden and they might be looking for the best bang for their buck and they might want to go for the $7.72 cell seed tray and buy 10 of them, right? No matter which type of setup you choose, the important thing to remember is that you probably can be successful, and gardeners are probably successful with any of the setups that I've talked through today. And I would also recommend keeping an eye out for the sales over the next couple weeks. Vego Garden is on sale today, but some of the other options I've shown today will probably, I'm guessing, be on sale somewhere around Black Friday as well. I'd love to know in the comments below which type of setup you go with and maybe even what brand you buy. There's just so many on the market. I'd love to hear a different opinion about it. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.